My name is Abhishek Kusume, and this is my React.js mini project on Instagram clone. So today I'll be explaining about how I've achieved this Instagram clone project. So here initially we are having our app.js file. Here all the routes that I'm having, which I have to navigate to, are all present in here. So this is my provider component. So here I have used a React context, for search posts and my various search button display, which we will go through a bit later. So this is my switch statement, which I've used for my routes specifically. And initially, first we will look at our login component. So this is my opening page. This is my login page. So here I'm having a form container where I'm having my username and password and my login button. So based upon my uh, field status, my error message is going to be displayed. For example, I have given here as Rahul, and then I click on login. I'm getting an error message saying username or password is invalid. Similarly, now let us give the correct password. And then now when I click on login, I'm going to be redirected to my home page like this. So let us look at the code that is available in our login page. So this is my login component. So here I've initialized my state, which is set to username input, password input, and my error message. And the HTML code is this. And then I'm calling my fetch. So to get using a post method, I'm sending my user credentials data to my backend server, and based upon what the response that I get from my backend server, whether if it is okay, whether if it is successful, then I'm accessing the JW token, and then I am setting a cookie where to my JW token, and then I'm going to my redirecting to my home page. If there is any error, I'm displaying that error, which we have already seen. So this is all about our login page. And now this is our home page. In our home page, I'm majorly having three components: my header component, my stories component, and my user post component. So here, let us first look at our home component here. So in our home component, so if you look at the HTML code here, so I've written the HTML code for how to display all of these respective components here. And then if you look at this, so I am having stories list and my post list. So for my stories container and for my user post container, to store the data that I get from my fetch, I'm storing them inside a list. And then I'm calling their respective fetch with their respective URLs to get the data. And then I'm verifying whether the JW token is authorized or not. And then I'm getting the data and updating it to my user post stories list and my post list. And after this, then the data is being rendered in my render method, and then their corresponding data is being displayed over here. If we specifically look at our header component here, so this is my header component. So in my header component, I am majorly having my logo, my search container, and the home profile and logout. So these are kept inside an unordered list. So if you look at, this is the HTML code that is available here. And if we look at the search container, so whenever I type some sort of caption which matches the caption that is present in my user post, then I am going to render my search results based upon my search caption over here. So this is the code available over here for my header component. And then next, if we look at our stories list, so in my user stories list, so this is my user stories list. I've used a third-party package which is known as slider. So here I've used this to display my stories list. So this is my user stories. And then for my user posts, I have used my user post kind of component over here to display my data, whatever data is supposed to be displayed here. And then in my user post, whenever I click on my like status, the like status has to be updated. And whenever I unclick on my like status, my likes have to be decremented. So the respective fetch status has been has been used here to get my URL, and then based upon the data that I've got, whether if it is successful or not, I am displaying that here. And then this is about my user post. And then after my user post, I am having, so if you I'm having my profile page. So if you go to my profile page, I am having my profile here. So if you look at my profile, this is another component. So in this component, again, we are having API constants for us to uh, first initially display our loader, and then if our fetch is successful, and then I'm displaying my details, all of these details, and then if my fetch is a failed fetch, then I'm displaying my failed status. So I have used a switch here based upon my API status. I am displaying it based on that. So this is just the HTML which is required for it, and then this is my fetch that I've written here. And then if you want to look at the next thing we are going to look at is how our search results are being displayed. So here, for example, I type in some data, and then I click on enter. So the respective search results based upon the caption which is being matched over here is being displayed over here. So this is my search results container. So for that, I am having my search results component. So in my search results component, again, we are having an API constants for us, and we are using switch case to display our loader and our failure case and also my success case. So again, this is the same thing here, and then the data is being displayed here. So for every user post, and again here I am calling my user post for every because it's the same component here that is supposed to be displayed like in my home page. It's the same component, so I am using the same component here, user post. And whenever in my user post, um, here, whenever I click on my username, which is present here, username, whenever I click on my username, I am supposed to link to my link path. So here, link path is nothing but my the path that I'm supposed to go to that specific user. So which is my forward slash users forward slash based on my user ID, which I'm accessing this user ID. So whenever I click on this, I am going to the specific user profile. So I'm having the data over here, my posts and all of this data is being displayed, which is similar to my profile page. So it's almost the same rendering. So user profile is present over here. And then if we go to my home page, this is about the laptop devices and my iPad devices. This is how it is going to be displayed. And if we look at the smaller devices, we click on inspect. So this is how it is going to be displayed for my smaller devices. I have added media queries for it to be displayed like this. So this is my home route. And then whenever I click on this hamburger icon, my search has to be displayed over here. And then when I click on my search, so only my search container has to be displayed over here. And then I click on some caption, and then I click on enter. The corresponding data has to be displayed. And then when I click on their user profile, their profile has to be displayed. And then whenever I click on my search again, the previous search details have to be present over here as well as my search container. So again, if I click on write enter something, and their corresponding data has to be displayed. And then if I go to my home page is being displayed over here. So their corresponding media queries have been added for all of them. And if you look at, I've used in my, I've used my app context here to display. So here, since our search container and my this header component, my search, all of these are depending uh, based upon my context. So I've added them here. So search post and my search button display and their corresponding methods are also available here. And then I'm displaying them based upon my requirement. So whenever I go to my home page, so only the search container is not supposed to be displayed. So all of that logic has been implemented over here. And then again, if you look at uh, I've used a protected route here. So protected route is going to be useful whenever I am already to check whether the user is a valid user or not. So if it is if the JWT token is already there, so I am redirecting to my corresponding route. If my JWT token is not there, if it is undefined, then I am redirecting to my login page here. So I've added that redirection and to my protected route in my forward slash, which is my home component, user component, and my file component. So now if we look at the failure cases, so failure cases. So if you look at home component here, so in my home component, for suppose for my posts, I remove this and then I refresh the page. I'm getting an error. This error container is being displayed. And then similarly for my stories, if I refresh, an error being displayed over here. And for my user profile, so if I given if the fetch is failed, and when I log in and go to that, and then I'm getting this failed fetch container. And then whenever I click on try again, so again the fetch is being called again, and then I am trying to reconnect. Yeah, and the same thing is available in my profile as well. And if we come to our home page, if I type something which is not there available, I'm getting my search container over here, which is my no search container. And these are the things. And then whenever I click on my logout, and then my uh, JWT token is being removed from my cookies, and then I'm redirecting to my login page. So if we once again click on Rahul and login, and then I go to my home page. Now here, if I type in some data, some path which is not available, I'm going to my not found route. So when I click on my home page here, I'm redirecting to my home page, and that corresponding data is also present here. So this is my not found route. So whenever I click on my home page, I am redirecting to my home page here. So overall, if you look at the code that is available here, so this is my header component. This is my stories list component. This is my user post component. And every user post component, whenever I click on their username, I'm redirecting to their user profile. And then when I click on my profile, I'm redirecting to my profile. And whenever I click on any search, when I search something and I click on my search button, I'm having my search container, which is being displayed here. And then again here, if I click on their username, I'm redirecting to the user profile again. So this is my project using React.js. Thank you.